This is Lauren Brook with In the Loop, and I have Sue Evans with me here today from Thyme to Loaf Bakery. She's located at the Heritage Post building at the corner of Mill and Center Street, and she's been open for right about a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Exactly a year.
So, Sue today is going to teach us how to make pie crust, which I'm pretty excited about because I am not an expert at that by any means. But Sue is. Sue, how long have you been baking, and what got you into baking?
I've been baking all my life, actually, for family and friends, but I started about 3 years ago baking from home.
Cool.
For farmers markets. And so I did that for a while, and then I ended up at the Rogersville Farmers Market, where I met Lauren. And Lauren gave me the opportunity to lease this space to have my commercial kitchen. So I was real excited about that. We jumped right in there and went for it.
Yeah.
And it has been wonderful.
Yeah.
We've had we have a wonderful following of people, and it's worked out really well.
We love having Sue in our building. It is hard though because we smell baked goods all day long at the Heritage Post building. And in fact, I joke that we have the nicest smelling bathrooms in the country because they smell like fresh baked bread.
Pastries and bread.
So that's right. Sue makes pastries and breads and pies, but you are definitely known for your pies, right?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So today she's going to demonstrate for us how to make pie crust.
Right.
So Sue, I'll let you take it away.
Okay. So there's all kinds of videos on YouTube and everywhere as far as making pie crust. It's really simple, and I do it a little bit different just because people worry about putting too much liquid in their pie crust and all, and this is not a worry. This is so simple for any home baker to do.
Good.
So really quick, 2 cups of flour.
Okay.
Half of that is a cup of shortening.
Okay.
Get it out of there. If you don't have one of these, this is wonderful. You can use a fork, but a pastry blender is wonderful.
They work so much
you
better.
Just chop that all up into little bits. You might have to get a fork to work it out there, but.
Is this your recipe or is this somebody else's recipe that you used?
You know, years ago, I fought with these pie crusts.
Yep.
And my cousin had, she said there was a lady, an older woman, that told her, anytime you do pie crust, think of it this way. 2 flour, 1 shortening, half cup water. Right down the line. If you do 4 cups of flour, you do 2 cups of shortening, you do 1 cup of water. You just go down the line, half, and it works out great.
Awesome.
And I have done that ever since. So what I
Very
do,
simple.
and then I'll put just a pinch of salt, and then here's my half cup water. You can use other liquids if you want to, but this is the basic one.
And you still have some pretty big chunks of butter or shortening in
do.
there. Yeah. There's big chunks.
Yep, and that you don't worry about that at all. You just get some big chunks in there, and
Do you do cold water or just regular tap water?
I use cold water. Now
Okay.
this one has been in the fridge because I was preparing for this.
Gotcha.
And I actually like to keep my shortening in the refrigerator too, for pie crust.
Doesn't that help with like the flakiness?
It does, and
Okay.
it's best if you can keep everything cold.
Good.
Okay, so now I have just mixed this up like this really roughly. See that? And then look, it forms into a ball. And so you just get it all into a nice little ball. And here is your pie crust. Okay?
All right.
Now, this will make 2 crusts for a 9-inch pie. You just
Okay.
divide it in half. Now you got 2, okay? I always stick it, I'll make it into a little disc like this, and then I stick it in the fridge for 30 minutes. You can leave it in there longer, it doesn't hurt. And then I roll out my pie crust. I already have one.
Oh, that's like a real cooking show.
Yeah. So this is going to be fast.
Very good. Sue is totally prepared. More prepared than I am. She's baked a lot of pies in her life, though. She knows how to be ready.
So here is my other pie crust that I've already made.
And you can see the little shortening pieces in it.
And you can see the shortening in it.
Very cool.
You can use butter. It's a little harder to work with because you have to keep your butter cold. I mean, really cold when you're working with it.
That would make sense.
You will hang on just a second.
Yeah.
I will grab these. I wasn't prepared for this much.
Well, that's something different than I've seen, because a lot of people cut the shortening in a lot more than that, and so that's a great
You
tip.
just leave your shortening or butter if you want to use that. You just leave it in little
Yeah.
pebble size.
Yep.
Now, when you get this out of the fridge, you're going to go, wow, that is so moist. Too moist.
Mhm.
All these recipes say, 4 or 5 tablespoons of water. Don't worry about that. Do your half, half, and half. You're going to put it in flour anyway. So
That's
there you
good.
go. It's easy to work with. Look at that.
That is a great tip.
Okay?
Because
So
my pie
then-
crust is always too dry.
Yes,
Because I'm
always
afraid
dry.
I'm going to make it too wet.
Right. And then you can just roll that out and keep flour on it so it's not sticking. See that? You can about throw it around like a pizza.
Oh my gosh.
Do this. Now this is a big piece. I didn't divide it up, but you can take that and normally you would divide that into 2. But this is the whole thing, and you can fold it like this. Don't worry about it.
I think that's the easiest I've ever
this
seen
is
pie
thick
crust.
because this is for 2, but that's okay.
I think that is the easiest I've ever seen pie crust
There you
roll
go.
out.
Yeah. You
Well-
don't have to worry about this. I mean, this is thick, remember, but for 2, but
Yeah,
that's okay.
but
It-
no,
it'll
I mean,
still roll out the same.
It's amazing
okay.
how easily that rolled out. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
So then put your fruit filling in there and put your other crust on top, and you're ready to go.
Well, that is by far the easiest pie crust I've ever seen come together. And it's also the easiest I've ever seen pie crust roll out. So
Right.
I have definitely learned something today.
So people worry about it being, putting too much liquid. Don't worry about that. Half,
Oh.
half, half. Remember that.
And then you've got your flour.
Yeah.
Awesome. What a
Yeah.
wonderful, simple recipe.
Mhm.
And tell us about when Thyme to Loaf is open.
Okay, so we're open on Fridays from 9 to 2. We do have a lunch special of just soup and a slice of our homemade bread from 11 to 1. It's available, and it's only on Fridays. We do special orders, and we supply a coffee shop here in town, Storytime Coffee. And
Love
so
their
we're
coffee.
really busy with other things, so we are just open the 1 day a week
Well, and Sue and Carrie make everything
from scratch.
from scratch.
Mhm.
Their doughs, a lot of people don't know, a lot of bakeries buy their doughs
All of our pastry dough for all of our pastries is all made from scratch.
made from scratch. And our show sponsor today is Tough Garden Outpost. We love our friend Emma over at Tough's Garden Outpost. She's the sponsor of In the Loop. And one of the things Emma and I talked about while we were talking about In the Loop and her sponsoring the show was focusing on the growth of Rogersville. And Sue is one of our newer businesses, and we just love having her here. So stop by and see Sue on Fridays at Time to Loaf Bakery, and then stop by and see Emma at Tough's Garden Outpost and get all your gardening needs. And we just love our growing community, and we love our wonderful people here and our business owners. So thank you for watching In the Loop today. Sue, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys, have a great day and make some pie crust.
Yeah.